Happy weekend, guys. I hope everyone had a good trading week. So, this is another video on my weekly breakdown. So, I'll be going through the trades I had this week. So, I took two trades this week, but the first trade idea I had was on Tuesday, but I ended up not taking that trade because price didn't get to my entry. I already did my pre-market analysis and my game plan for the trading session. So, going into London session, I was looking to take a trade. Price ended up not getting to my entry, so I'll show you guys here. So, this was the markup I had, and this was the trade idea. I was expecting price to get down here into this discount area, then move to the upside. So I was patiently waiting after I've done my pre-market analysis. The reason I had the trade idea was, as you can see here, I wrote I'm placing this trade because the weekly candle is currently on a buy program, aiming for the weekly fair value gap just above the weekly open. So until price gets to that level, I'm sticking to bullishness on the short term. And the M15 is currently on a bullish trend. So I'll wait for the M15 to trade down into a discount before taking the trade. So this was what I was talking about. I was waiting for it to trade down into this discount, taking out this liquidity before looking for buy to get up into this level here. Unfortunately, price didn't do that. So as you can see, I was observing on the trade. Price got to the weekly open price before going to my entry, but price hasn't traded to the weekly fair value gap. So price is currently rejecting off the weekly open price. So this was just what I was observing in price. As you can see here, I was expecting price to trade down into here before displacing to the upside, but clearly price didn't do that. So the whole idea I had for that day wasn't executed. I just closed my laptop for the day and decided not to take any other trade that day, and decided to come the next day looking for trade opportunity. So Tuesday went by. I didn't take any trade on Tuesday. So the next trade was on GBP USD, which was on Thursday. Yeah. So what was the reason behind me taking this trade? As you can see here, I did my pre-market routine. Yeah. So this was what I was looking at in price. I was expecting price to trade up into this area, then trade down to the taking out this equal low, trade outcome, TP smashed. So as you can see here, price actually did exactly what I wanted it to do, but there was a whole lot of consolidation around this area, back and forth in price. But you just have to be disciplined and stick to your bias and stick to your direction you are expecting price to go. So I would have easily seen this huge displacement to the upside and emotionally close my trade or move my stop loss too soon to break even. So I decided to just reduce my stop loss to this protected high here and expecting price to still take out that equal low to the downside. But I was still okay if price displaced and took me out of the trade in a 50% loss. And what was the reason behind this trade? The reason I took this sell trade was because price was trading at a higher time frame point of interest. That's the H4 order block. And based on the weekly profile, Wednesday created the high of the week. So I was expecting price to resume the bearishness to the downside since the H4 structure is still bearish. So that's exactly the reason I took that trade, because the H4 was still bearish. So I went along with the M15 bearishness and the 5 minutes bearishness. So that was exactly what I saw in price that made me take that trade. Was there any mistake I had on this trade? There was no mistake I did on the trade. So was there any lesson learned on the trade? My trade was a success, but I noticed that price gave me an opportunity to for two entries, but I'm not currently confident in my execution. Plus, I'm currently in drawdown, so I shouldn't be cautious. I should be cautious on my risk taking. So that's exactly what I was aware of. I was aware that price gave me two entry, but I wasn't ready to risk the potential of having been stopped out twice. But it was still logical if I was in the right state of mind to reduce my risk, my fixed risk on the trade by 50% and take the half risk that I've removed from the position and placed it on this other trade. While this target was still at the equal low, I would have still targeted this and my return would have been higher. But for now, I'm not confident taking all those extra trades. And that same day, I had a trade on the same GBP USD. I decided to trade New York session. What I saw there was price was approaching my level, which it didn't get to on the Tuesday, which I was looking to take a buy trade. So I decided, and this was approaching the New York session, that I took the trade and I waited to see what price does before the news release comes out. So the reason I took the trade was price failed to mitigate my entry POI during the previous day's London session. So I'm expecting price to have a rejection from that level coming into New York section, and I'm also away And I'm also aware, sorry about this, I'm also aware that there's going to be an unemployment claims news release on USD by 2:30. So I'm willing to watch how price plays out. So that was what I said. And my observation is that once price got to my entry before the news release, as you can see here, let me make it full. So as you can see here, price got to my entry. I was already committed on the trade. So what I noticed that price was playing to my bias. As you can see, price was having this rejection around the entry level. So I was expecting price to have a movement up, getting back to this premium level before the continuation of the bearishness. But as you can see here clearly, price was moving fine. It was moving perfectly with my bias. But unfortunately, the news release came out on USD and it was bullish on the USD. So GBP USD ultimately had a bearish movement to the downside, and that went straight to my adjusted stop loss. And the reason I had to adjust my stop loss was exactly because of the news release. I decided to reduce my risk on the particular trade because I didn't want the spread to take me out on a much larger loss. So I decided to reduce my risk and watch to see what price does. There are some mistakes I made during this trade. I was buying when price was still at a premium on both the H1 and H4. Sorry about this, this is the H4 time frame. I opened my trading view after I said I wasn't going to take any more trades for the day, following my winning trade during the London session. That's exactly what I said. I was trying to play both direction in a trading market. In a trending market that is bearish, it only works in a ranging environment where price moves from premium to discount in a ping pong manner. The point I'm trying to make is that sometimes when we tell ourselves like we are done for the day, we should actually be done for the day and turn off trading view. So that's how it went for this week. I had two trades, one missed entry, which price didn't get to, and I'm currently going on a 0.1% risk on each of my trade until I've gotten back to my normal win rate. Then I can gradually increase my risks because for now I'm really sloppy. I've had 5 back-to-back losing trades. So until I get back to the flow, then I can gradually increase my risks. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace.